An engineer, by virtue of his academic qualification, will become obsolete in 6-7 years time. Unless you understand money, you cannot survive in the business. A leader's role is to understand the skills of an individual because everyone is unique. Our philosophy is the employee first, people first, we say. We believe in upskilling the capabilities of the people. Learn daily, never stop learning. Our today's action is our future. We are a customer-centric organization. Customer for us is the heart of the business. Instead of having a big capacity one plant, we have a small plant. So we are able to service customers with different products. We are able to service on time, whether it is India or whether it is US. The material produced will be suitable for any place in the world.
Mr. Sanjay Chincholikar is the Senior Vice President and Business Head of Cosmo Films. He is a seasoned professional with a focus on leadership in sales, marketing, and financial optimization. He is skilled in P&L management, operational efficiency, and fostering cross-functional synergy. His expertise lies in identifying growth opportunities and implementing innovative solutions. Mr. Sanjay is committed to driving transformative leadership, operational excellence, and strategic mastery in his team. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Sanjay. I'm very happy to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Sanjay, you have had a phenomenal journey from being a project engineer at Lupin Laboratories to becoming the Senior Vice President at Cosmo Films. It would be great if you're able to walk us through this journey and what have been some of your major milestones in your career.
So to start with, I'm basically a mechanical engineer with the post-graduation in marketing with other relevant qualifications for related to the operations management. I started my career in 1984 with the Lupin Laboratories. It was a pharmaceutical company. In expanded, they wanted to expand, so joined there. I was a big engineer. And the opportunity after 3.5 years I got in Cosmo Films, and I switched to Cosmo Films. And in 1987, I am with Cosmo Films.
Yeah.
So, along the journey in Cosmo Films, rarely you will find in the industry persons staying in one organization for such a long time. But to be honest, if you see the reason behind staying in this organization for 37 years and going to this level, basically has been because of the flexibility which I have shown in accepting the different assignments. I have never worked only for a single assignment. Being a project engineer, I joined Cosmo Films as a project engineer again and then moved to different functions. In almost 37 years, I have worked in all the functions except finance and HR. Whether it is operations, whether it is sales, marketing, whether it is research and development, quality control, or anything. So, job has been interesting because of the change. Most of the time, people feel change is very difficult, very tough, but it is enjoyable to be very honest. If you are mentally ready to accept the change in the role, it helps you a lot to learn.
Right.
Because for me, the learning is only the sustainable solution for an individual to grow in the career. You cannot survive unless you learn. People have been saying most of the time you hear that people say, live a day like it is the last day of your life. This is the common phrase. I have changed it. I will come in the morning and I tell people, now live the life assuming this is the first day of your life. So you don't know anything and you want to learn.
Correct. Right.
You are delivering your responsibilities, duties, continue to learn. So I have been working in different functions. That is how I reached my focus area has been the subject in marketing as well as operation.
Okay.
In between, I also had an opportunity to take a qualification from IIM or other fields in the commercial. I'm also commerce graduate because I realized in the beginning while working on the project assignment that an engineer needs to have some commercial background, some commercial knowledge. So I'm even commerce graduate. So in terms of finance, you need to understand ABCD. You cannot say I am an engineer. I am a salesman and I don't understand. Unless you understand money, you cannot survive in the business.
Correct. Right.
This was the journey which has brought me here. Very happy to work in this organization. The organization is an excellent organization because by virtue of my role in sales marketing for almost 16, 17 years, I have been handling sales and marketing worldwide, many continents. I have visited almost more than 1,000 companies during the sales and marketing because of the many brand owners are our customers, very Nestle, Parle, Britannia. And I see a working culture in our organization in Cosmo Films is not so bad, or I can tell you, I did not find this kind of culture anywhere in the company where I was going. Maybe I was spending a late time, but you can make out the culture. So we have a very employee friendly culture. Our philosophy is the employee first, people first, we say. We believe in upskilling the capabilities of the people. We believe in having people for the long term in the organization.
Right.
This is how I have reached here.
Okay. Okay. I think, Mr. Sanjay, it's phenomenal that, Cosmo is also offering its employees this opportunity to move from one role to the other. And like you said, your story is completely inspirational. I mean, you have worked when I was introducing you, I thought you worked in so many different fields. It's very rare for someone to, be so flexible in terms of what they want to do. And following up with that, what advice do you have for young engineers who want to have leadership roles in the manufacturing sector?
Yeah. Now, for the young engineers, see, the definition of the management now has changed. People now do not say now manager. People believe now in the leader. So there is a difference in manager and the leader. But for a young employee or young generation, what I would say, unless you are a good manager, you cannot become leader. So it is not that I want to become a leader. To become a leader, you will have to become a manager. Now, for the young generation, the advice which I will have, learn daily, never stop learning. Because if you see the latest development taking place in the digital area or even the technology or advancement, an engineer by virtue of his academic qualification will become obsolete in 6, 7 years time.
Okay.
Because whatever he has learned may not be valid after 5 years because of the developments which are happening. So person has to upgrade himself or keep the pace with the changing environment, which can be done only by learning. For example, I am still learning. At the age of 59, I have not stopped learning. For last 6 months, I have been learning on artificial intelligence. I have been learning on the digital marketing. Because if I don't know, I cannot manage. For a manager, it is important if the subordinates are reporting to him the kind of work they are doing. The manager must know what is the difficulties in the work they are doing, what are the skills required in doing that job. Then he becomes a good manager. Now becoming the leader from the manager. For me, leadership is a very simple definition. You have to create your follower. Now, we learn a phrase from our childhood. See, walk the talk.
Yeah.
Now, if you talk something and you walk differently, you will not create followers because you will have to create follower. You cannot ask the person to follow me. They may follow on my page, but behind me, they will not follow. So, leadership is all about creating the follower. Followers, action speaks louder than words. So people will start following, looking at their bosses as a leader when they walk the talk. So leader has to walk the talk. And the second most important thing to become a leader for the young generation is to ensure that you give opportunity to your subordinate. Leader's role is only the growth of his subordinate, nothing else. People are capable. As a leader, you need to give them the working environment where they can excel. A leader's role is to understand the skills of an individual because we say 5 fingers are not same. So 5 people are not same. They are different. Everyone is unique. Everyone has some specialty, some skill. Leader needs to identify and give them opportunity in that area. Leadership role is about building a team. You cannot build a team with the people who have having a similar skill or similar capability. You need to have different skills, different capability and individual, and then team will pop.
Right.
So young generation need to learn. They need to keep pace with the changing environment, upgrade themselves with the knowledge, whatever is coming. It is easy. Where it is all about our attitude. Age is just a number.
Right.
So we should not have an ego, start learning, and it becomes easy for him to keep the pace in the career and excel in the career. Because after a certain time, money doesn't matter. For an individual, it's growth on in the position and growth in the leadership that matters more, and that is in our hand.
Right.
Our today's action is our future. For me, it's very simple. We create our future, and our future is created by what we do today.
Correct.
It is never a luck. Luck is maybe 1% part of whatever you have. 99% is you yourself. You can create your own future.
Right. Right. And I think you mentioned very correctly that, it's all about the will. And because today we have so many resources available with us, we have free resources, people telling us so much information for free. So, I mean, if we inculcate this attitude of learning, I think everything is possible in terms of.
And if you see the social media or a mobile phone is the revolutionary invention of this century. If it is used for a good purpose, nothing like that. You go on a Google, just Google anything what you want. You don't need a book, you don't need anything, you get an answer. You must have a curiosity to learn. If you come across certain thing in your career or in your day-to-day working, and if you do not have knowledge, you just Google and you find it, you get the answer. You have a lot of, as you rightly said, there are so many courses online, flexible, which you can take. You can do it at your own pace. You can do it at any time in the day. So learning has become very easy. Very easy.
Yes, yes. And Mr. Sanjay, you have a lot of experience in spearheading greenfield projects for Cosmo Films. So, my next question is specifically about BOPP films. So, what are some critical factors to consider while setting up a BOPP manufacturing plant?
Now coming the BOPP plant is a continuous process plant.
Mm.
So in such plant, I would now ask if you are asking me about BOPP plant, I will restrict all the discussion to the BOPP plant. No, continuous process plant, it is very important that the continuous process plant must have minimum breakdowns or minimum stoppages when it is in operation.
Yeah.
Because if you interrupt the process, there are huge losses in the micro. So if the less stoppages or a frequent stoppages or breakdown is important, what is important in this project is to have a proper installation of the equipment. The bad installation done badly, installation done without considering the quality of installation leads to failure in the operation, breakdowns in the operation. So there should not be any shortcuts during the installation. Even if you are required to spend 2 or 3 weeks more, you are required to correct some defects supplied by the equipment manufacturer, we need to correct that. So right installation is the key. I would do it as I am restricting it to BOPP, but any project.
Yeah.
If you want a successful project to run in the operation, you must have a proper installation because installation is happening once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Once the equipment or plant is installed, you cannot do anything.
Mm-hmm.
In a business, you cannot do. So installation is happening once in a lifetime. So focus on that. Second most important thing is the planning. Project must start with planning. I would say not forget project. Even our personal life or our daily routine should start with the planning. If tomorrow I want to do something, I should have a way, something ready with me at yesterday evening that tomorrow is this my plan. So project is all about planning. If there is no plan, you will not reach to your planned milestone. Even if you have a luck, you cannot reach. Because it is about the planning and monitoring. Like I said, you cannot become leader unless you are manager. Now in the management function, planning, organizing, controlling, these are the important things. which you have to follow. So you may be a project leader, but first you need to be a project manager. So in the BOPP plant, important is to have a proper installation because this equipment, they are highly critical. There are only two manufacturers in the world who make equipment. They are in Germany. So they have an advanced technology, advanced electronics inbuilt into it. We must have good engineers in the company during the operations to take care of those equipment, take care of the failure. Because if the stoppage time of the failure is long, you have lost it. So planning a proper installation. Then you must also upskill yourself. While working on the project, I have been working on different projects for 40 years. So you need to upskill yourself. Project manager could be a mechanical engineer, could be an electrical engineer, could be a chemical engineer. He needs to learn at least ABCD of the other disciplines. If a mechanical engineer, he should learn about electrical, he should learn about polymer. But unless you understand criticality of the product, criticality of the BOPP film, for example, we make as low as 8 micron thickness film. So you must understand something about polymer. In the end, project is complete when you have a product. You cannot say I have installed a machine and the project is done. No. So in the BOPP plant, planning is important, a proper installation is important. Fortunately, the equipment vendors are very good, very knowledgeable, but you need to have a knowledge on process. Equipment vendors have very little knowledge on the product formulation or product technology.
Okay.
So the company must have their own team having knowledge on different products because in BOPP film, there are almost 300 different varieties of film, which is having a demand in the market. And 300 varieties of the film have 300 different formulations, 300 different processing conditions. So you need to have a good team of the process in the work in it.
Right, Mr. Sanjay. And Mr. Sanjay, how has Cosmo Films innovated in the manufacturing process of films over these many years? What has Cosmo Films done in terms of innovation?
The Cosmo Film is only the company in India because Cosmo Film was pioneer. Cosmo Film was the first company in India to make BOPP film in 1980. Now, after 1980, there are almost 9 or 10 different manufacturers. I am not saying competitors, so different manufacturers in the country. But the difference between Cosmo Film and other organizations is Cosmo Film is having own R&D setup since the inception. Other companies do not have R&D, they go on imitation. We go on innovation because of our R&D effort. Other companies go on imitation because there are a lot of possibility of imitation. A product made in America, Europe, by the time it comes to India, people start making, they get at least a 5 years gap between European and American.
Yeah.
So we have been focusing on innovation. For example, we have made a product in 1994, which is called as a synthetic paper, and the Cosmo Film was the world's second company to make that kind of product. That kind of R&D we were having in 1994, means 30 years ago.
Okay.
So we have been evolving our philosophy. Nowadays, you hear a lot of things: customer driven, customer focused, customer centric, customer oriented. For us, we are a customer centric organization. So we work very close with the customer. Customer for us is the heart of the business. So how do we innovate? We used to work with the customer, understand their needs. For example, a product being packed, a biscuit being packed. I'm just giving an example. The 1990 or 90, during the 90s, early 90s, if a biscuit packet was packed, it was having a shelf life of a week or 10 days or 15 days. Today, we thought, why not to increase the shelf life of this product? Because it needs to be distributed throughout the country. Traveling time itself is 4 or 5 days if it is going from south to north. So, been working on a packaging material which can increase the shelf life. This was the need. This was the need of the nation, the need of the customer to avoid the wastage of the food, etc. So we went into development of barrier film. We went into the development of a metallized film. We went into development. Similarly, finding the application. Synthetic paper product is the product which is non-tearable plastic paper. No, how do we recognize this? Because there are children books. The generally children will tear their page from the book. So if the book is made out of synthetic paper, you cannot tear. You and me also cannot tear. Forget children. Then holy book for Bible or Gita or something which you want to last for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years without things. So this kind of application, that product forward. So we have been developing our own formulation. We have been developing our own master batches and additives required for the manufacturing BOPP because BOPP requires at least 6 to 7 different polymers to be blended together.
Yeah.
To make it. Okay. Now we have been keeping pace. We have been focusing less on imitation. Yes, imitation also we have been following a philosophy to imitate it faster. Because of our global presence, we used to get an information about the development worldwide very fast. We are almost selling to 75 different countries even today. 60% of our product is exported. Only 40% we sell in India. So we used to get a feedback from the international market very quickly. We were the first company in 1994. We got ISO. In the plastic business, Cosmo Films was the first company in India to get the ISO. And all the system, because of our presence in international market, we have been able to manage our quality also because we have a one quality, whether it is India or whether it is US. The material produced will be suitable for any place in the world. Getting the information faster from the international market on development. Third, adding value to the customer. So having a close interaction, working with the customer as a partner.
Right.
To understand their needs. Because you get a lot of inputs from the end user. This is how it has helped us innovate the different products. So today, if in the world, if somebody goes and he wants to know about Cosmo Films, if he is using BOPP Films, and you tell Cosmo Films, everybody in the world knows Cosmo Films is a BOPP film, and we make all the products in the BOPP segment whichever is demanded. Because we have, and the strategy behind this has been having multiple plants. Instead of having a big capacity one plant, we have a small plant. So we are able to service customers with different products. We are able to service on time. If one plant is having a problem, we go to the other plant. Then two different products, because we have today 10 plants. So we practically can make 10 different films in a day.
Right. And Mr. Sanjay, another buzzword today is sustainability. So what is Cosmo Films doing in terms of sustainability?
Yes, this has been an area of our focus, not today. Today, there is a lot of now noise about ESG because CSR has now changed to ESG. People don't talk about CSR, etc. People talk about ESG. So, for your information, I am a certified ESG expert.
Okay.
And I have been working on this project for the last 6-7 years in the organization. If you see, 5 years ago, we have been using the electricity from the electricity board. This year, in another 3 months, almost 70% of our electricity will come from the renewable energy sources.
Okay.
There has been a lot of investment on that, on the solar power use, and 70% of the electricity will come from the renewable. Now it is, if you see sustainability is not about only the gas emission or water conservation or transportation or energy in my plant. It is also about from where I am buying the material, my vendors, my partners, how they are working. So yes, the governance is not about your own organization governing. It has to be a total supply chain management. So we focus on energy. We focus on minimizing the wastage, in-house wastage. Because wastage is again a big chunk of the volume which is adding to the non-governance or non performing energy losses, material losses. So we have a system to focus on minimizing the wastage. See, minimizing wastage is our continuous focus area. We never target a financial year without setting the target for reducing the waste. And waste is not only material. Waste is water, waste is material, waste is electricity, even wastage of the individual's time for us is not a part of a good governance or a good management. Yeah. Basically, the area which we are focusing, they are transportation. For example, we started transporting our material in the big vehicle. Instead of supplying a small vehicle, take an example. I want to send a 5 ton material to a customer in Delhi. And there are three other customers who want 5 ton, 5 ton, 5 ton. So instead of sending four different 5 ton vehicles, we explained our customer, this is our sustainability objective. We want to reduce the carbon footprint. We want to reduce the energy consumption. We want to minimize your fuel consumption. So we will send this in one vehicle and we will ensure that material is properly distributed. Our number of trucks has come down by 35%.
Yeah.
It was not only with an intention to save the cost, but to save the carbon footprint and all other things. So these are small steps. What we have seen now, for example, this year we have identified almost 100 different small things. And all things make big difference because they change the attitude of the people. Yeah. They create awareness in the people. When you start focusing on small things, people's mind will start focusing on sustainability continues. So implementing it seriously, not only for reporting, compliance, but implementing it seriously is very important. And you can start implementation, but sustaining it is very critical. So we focus it as a top management's responsibility to review, to control on it, to identify new projects, reward the employees who come with the different suggestions, recognize them. This is how we are managing the sustainability.
Right.
Another important thing is in the BOPP, when it comes to a BOPP plant, it starts from the project phase itself. You can design a machine with the help of vendors, which has a minimum electricity consumption per kilo of production.
Right.
So the same plastic what you are producing today, if I am consuming 1 kilowatt energy, even if it comes down in a new project to 0.9, 0.8, you are adding a big chunk to be sustainable.
Right. So Sanjay, thank you so much for your wonderful insights. And thank you so much for coming here and having this discussion with me.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay.